up, everyone? Past couple days, my AC hasn't been working as well. So, what I did was I went out to Walmart, got me the SuperTech R134 to recharge my AC with the little gauge and everything. You can buy it as a whole setup like that. I think it was somewhere around like 17-18 bucks. Also, got some new proper windshield wipers for the old truck, because as you see, these ones pretty rusted, seen better days, and they've only been on there for about 6 months, I would say, but they're the wrong size. I bought those ones for the Camaro, and if you have a 4th gen Camaro like I do, you'll know that you have to have special spark plugs. You have to have special windshield wipers for the 4th gen Camaro like I have, which makes it a pain in the butt. And they cost more, of course, because they're a special way to put them on. I tried to use these ones that were the right size, and the attachment up here just doesn't work. So first, what you're gonna want to do is find the low side service port for your AC. And this is on my 2003 F150. This right here is what you're looking for, but this is the high pressure side. The low pressure side is all the way down here. It's right there. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and loosen up this cap so you can get to the valve. There it is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the truck up, and I have a little thermometer that I'm going to use. Here's my thermometer that I'm going to use. I'm going to stick it in the air vent, turn the air on, max AC. I would say have it on at least 3, if not 4, all the way high. Either one of these will do. Now I'm going to go ahead and start the truck up and see what it's reading for the temperature of the AC. Got the AC blowing. There you go. Right now it's in the 90s and going down. I'm gonna let it sit for a minute and see where it's gonna go. It's about 87 out, and it's February, but we're in Florida, so you never know. Shouldn't be this hot, but it is. And with the AC not really blowing that cool, and it being so warm out, I kind of need it. Especially with the kids, you definitely need it. And with summer coming pretty soon, I don't want to drive without it. Okay, as you can see, it's at about 88.4. 88.3, 88.88 now. It should be going down a lot faster than that. And for it being in the 80s, that is crazy. I mean, that's the temperature it is outside. 87, 87. About 88. It's just crazy. I'm gonna leave it on that setting. I'm not gonna put it all the way on high, even though everybody says to put it all the way on high. As long as you have it going pretty high, you're all right. Okay, got the can and the hose disconnected, split from the two. I'm gonna go ahead and screw it on. You want to make sure you screw it on straight though, don't cross thread it. There you go, got it on. Now if you can hear it, the compressor keeps kicking on and off. Now, that was one of my first signs of the AC running out of the refrigerant, is that the compressor keeps kicking on and off a lot more than usual. And it is right now. Once we start putting in the R134A coolant, or refrigerant, I mean, it'll slow down and not kick on as much. But right now, it's trying to do everything it can to cool the inside of the truck down. Okay, it's at 80, 81, and now it's been running for a few minutes. So that's probably where it's going to stay, is 80, 81, which isn't much nicer than what it is outside. So let me go ahead and hook this up, and we'll start putting in some of the refrigerant. It's got a quick disconnect on here, so you just got to make sure you have it on tight. Make sure you don't burn yourself on the hot motor. Alright, as you can see, it's sitting right around, well, it was sitting right around 25. There it goes. And every time it kicks on, it drops back down. So you're going to want to put some in it until it gets into the good level. As you see, the GoPro just went down alongside the motor, hit the fan a little bit, but it's still alright. You're going to want to shake the can a little bit. It's kind of tight room in here. Make sure you keep your eye on the gauge. You don't want to overfill it. It'll cause problems. It can ruin other parts. Okay, it's sitting pretty good. If you can tell, the compressor's not kicking on as much already, just with me adding a little bit in. Before, you could hear it kicking on all the time. Alright, let's check it out, see where it's running at. Already down to 68. We could go lower than that. I've had vehicles in the low 50s. 67. I'm gonna go add just a little bit more. But I could just tell by walking up to the side of the truck with the door open, all the cold air rushing out. Still, the compressor just hasn't really kicked on that much. It's amazing. You'll know if you start hearing your compressor kicking on and off, on and off, on and off, like every couple seconds. That's a good indication that you're running low on your refrigerant for your vehicle. It could be other problems. It might not be because it's running low. I mean, it could be because your compressor's going, or something else along the way. You might have a leak somewhere. And that's why you've lost your refrigerant. But keep an eye on it. See if a couple weeks, if it's still doing good and acting right, then you're probably okay. They do make some stuff that will fix and seal up most problems for your AC system, if that's what it is. And if so, it does work pretty well. I did it on my work truck before, my AC Pro I think it is, and it worked. It saved it a good extra year. Gauge is sitting good. Let's go check the temperature inside. Now, depending upon how much your vehicle needs, you could have a couple uses out of just one can. Look at that, 58.4. 58 is a lot better than 75-80 where it was at. I mean, 75-80, you don't even feel that really. You feel like you might just open the window. And with it being warm as it is, I don't want to do that. Especially not with 2 kids. You know, it's not fair to them to drive around sweating their butt off. If it's just me, that's a different story. So there you go. Sitting at 57, I can feel it. It feels amazing. So I'm gonna turn it off, and then I'm gonna replace the windshield wipers. Get to put your cap back on the service port down there, and then you should be good to go. And I didn't use a lot of this can. I would say I used maybe half of it, if that. I probably didn't use half of it. So I'll be able to use it a couple more times. I'm going to go ahead and unscrew it, put this little protector cap on so the button don't get pushed, and I'm going to put it on my shelf. Just store it in a dry place that's not going to get too hot. I mean, you don't want to store it in a you know, a spot that's going to get 115, 120 degrees. That's just not cool. Let me go ahead and put this back on. Just screw it right on. Make sure it's tight. Okay, it's tight and good. And I'll just keep an eye on the AC and see how it is for the next week or so. Alright, I just went to go replace this windshield wiper, and this thing completely wasn't really even on. It was falling apart. This plastic clip wasn't even really in there. So whatever. I'll show you how to take off it on the next one. The blade itself really isn't that bad. It's just the outside that's rusted. But these weren't the right size. Like I said, they were for the Camaro. So now here's a new one. Here's a new wiper. As you see, it has a curved end, and then the clip end. What you're going to want to do is, I always tilt it just a little bit just to help. And then go ahead, stick it through there, line it up. It's hard to do it with just one hand and holding the GoPro. Let me see if I can put it down and still put it where you can see it. Alright, hopefully you can see that. Once you get it on, it should clip. There you go, you hear that clip? Now it's snug and secure. Now it's not going anywhere. You gotta hear that clip, and that's it clipping in to place. That's the actual stock size one. There's the one that was for the Camaro. Obviously the Camaro's got a heck of a bigger windshield, so I use bigger wipers. But dang, I didn't realize it was that much difference. Let's go over to the other side and replace that one. There you go. If you've seen that, you gotta push. Oh, I just tore that one up. You gotta push this little clip down. That's right in the center. And as you're pushing that down, you just push this whole thing, this whole wiper, off the wiper arm. And there you go. be careful when you're doing this that you don't let this slam back down, because it will bust your window, your windshield. There, I mean, it's metal and it has some pressure to it. I mean, I'm holding it and you can still hear it, how loud it is just hitting. So be careful. Let's get out this other new one. Now for this 03 F150 of mine, they both are 20 inches on the driver's side and the passenger side. Here you go. This is the side that's going to go around the wiper arm. There you go. Like I said last time, push that out a little bit. Slide this in. And then once you get it straight and lined up, you just got to push it up and in. And listen for the clip, the snap. It's a little tough. Doesn't want to snap in right. I don't know, I can't get the clip in there right. There you go. You know, it's just the little button clip wasn't, I guess it was still pressed in. There you go. Now it's in there and secure. You can push it against it like you would take it off, just to make sure it's not going to go nowhere. Because I've seen friends of mine before that have replaced their wipers and haven't used them. Next you know, it's raining. They go to flip them on. Boom! There goes one of their wipers flying off. And if that happens, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be fast enough to turn your wipers off immediately, and the arm will rub up against the glass and will probably 9 times out of 10 scratch the glass. So there you have it. Both new wipers. They look tiny. I'm telling you what. I mean, these ones that were for the Camaro were a lot bigger. And as you see, I mean, it wasn't really that far hanging out, but I broke it. But it was sticking out pretty far. And because these ones weren't for the truck, at the end here, instead of it being flush like it is, it was sticking up a little bit because they were too long and not curved enough for the window. So there you go. 2 brand new windshield wipers. Got the AC recharged. What more do you want in life? Can't argue with that. And then I also got some handy dandy shop towels. Can't live life without shop towels. And of course, my Kickstart Hydrating Boost, the Raspberry Citrus. I'm always drinking one of these, at least one a day. I need it. They're pretty good. Keeps me going. And if you read, has 100% vitamin C. So that's pretty cool. I like getting my vitamins in for the day. Well, that's it for this video. If you're new to the channel, go check out some of my other videos for me. I really like it. I mean, I really appreciate it. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Till next time, peace.